Hello, this is Jill from Baby Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome if you're one of my subscribers. Thank you for joining me today and pressing play on the video. If you're not one of my subscribers, why not? If you like what you see today, please press the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any of my videos. I try and post at least 3 videos a week. Sometimes it's up to 5. And usually clean and simple projects is my hallmark, and today is no different. This is the card we're going to be making today. This is the card that I made for my youngest daughter, who is 24 today. I'm recording this on the day of her birthday, so she will already have opened it. Yeah, she's 24 today, so that's the youngest of my children, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So I am using this gorgeous black and white pebble. I'm using a different sort. And it's from a pack which is called Pattern Party. It's this whacking great pack here, which is free if you place an order. If you place an order of £170. Now I know that's a lot of money, £170, but I do have several customers that sometimes place several orders over the course of the month. Now, if you think you're going to be spending £170, place it all at once, and you can choose this as the freebie that you get with your Stampin' Rewards. So once you're over £150, you get 10% back in Stampin' Rewards. This pack is £17 in Stampin' Rewards, but it's such a great pack. It's 48 sheets altogether. I'm going to try and give you a quick whiz through so you can see some of the patterns. On one side it is coloured, so you've got dots, you've got florals, you've got, oh, I love that one. I think that's midnight, moon. I can't remember what it's called, moonlight something. That's lovely, granny apple green, striped flamingo, flirty flamingo stripes. I'm not so keen on that sort of leopard print one, but I'm sure I'll find a use for it. Quite like the colour. Love these like fish scales, they're nice. Sorry, let's go back. Got this little heart, dotty hearts. Stripes, I've already used that with my One Sheet Wonder a couple of weeks ago. Love this stripe as well. This one, I like this. Is on the back of the one that I used the other day. That's quite sweet. And then this floral one. And if I do it back to front, you'll see that on the back there are loads and loads of black and white images, and I love black and white pattern paper. Use it an awful lot. So let's see how I can do this. Let me just straighten it up a bit. Saved all my little bits, now they're all falling out. Let's see if we can do this sensibly. So we've got spots. That's the one I used. Florals, tiny little spots, stripes we're going to use today, oak leaves, I think those are, some hatched sort of patterns, very nice, tiny dotted little lines, tiny, oh, can't get to it, little polka dots, reverse of the black one, hatched lines. Love this one, love that pattern. I like all of them actually, they're all going to get used. Gingham, always love a gingham. And then this abstract pattern. So that's really good value. So I've been using it, I used it on my One Sheet Wonder, I'm using it today, and I will be using it a lot. But like I say, you can't buy this pack, you have to earn it by placing a big order. Maybe you could get together with a friend, because you could then split that pack. So you'd have to spend £85 each to get the pack, and then you'd have half a pack. So you'd still have 24 sheets of that paper. So it would still be really worth it. Right, okay, so back to our card. So the paper that I decided to use today is this one. So it's that lovely heart, rainbow hearts on one side, and then this stripy paper on the other. Just deciding which way I'm going to have it. Am I going to have it horizontal stripes or vertical stripes? I might go horizontal actually. Let's give it a go and see what it looks like. And we're trimming it to 4.5 or 1 3/4 inches. What's that going to look like? Oh, that's all right, I think. Yeah, a bit more dramatic than the other one, I think. but I do love having a choice of black paper. Oh, I'm just going to leave this out. I've got my card blank already cut. So it's 15 by 21 centimetres and I'm scoring at 10.5. Like so. And I just need a bone folder there. There we go. Right, okay, so this piece of DSP is going to go down the middle of my card. Now, because I want it to be exactly in the middle, I'm going to measure. I know this seems a bit laborious to some of you, but it will look much better if it's straight and if it's in the middle. So if I go across here, this is 10.5. This measures 4.5, so there's got to be 3 centimetres on either side. So I'm just going to mark 3 centimetres and 3 centimetres. And then I need to get out some Tombow. It's hiding. Oh, it is hiding. Oh, there it is. Right at the back of my drawer. There's my Tombow. Just resting in a jar with a little bit of damp cotton wool in the bottom so that the tip doesn't dry out. For those of you who haven't been with me before, just means that it's always at the tip ready, so I haven't got to wait for it to fall back down to do the tube, and the tip will never dry out because it's on a little bit of damp cotton wool. Right, so that is going to go there, and my pencil marks are going to help me get it right in the middle and straight. You could do it the other way if you wanted to. Of course you can. Right, okay. Someone today told me that when they use a toothpick or a cocktail stick to spread out their glue, they call it doing a Jill. Apparently I invented this method. I love doing this. It means you get a really lovely thin coat of glue all over, so no bit is going to come up and come adrift. Someone else said it was the Chapman method. If you don't know, my name is Jill Chapman. So there you go. Maybe that's my claim to fame. There, push that down. Yep, just going to eyeball it. I'm sure it must be straight. I did all of that, but sometimes you still, especially with stripes, it can look a bit odd. And then I'm just going to trim this off. And then behind me, I have a pile of books, and what I tend to do once I've glued down my card blank, I tend to put my card blank under my pile of books because that stops it warping. Sometimes the glue, as it dries, the card can warp. If I place it under a pile of heavy books while I do the other things, then it will be nice and flat when I come back to it. So the next thing we're going to do is this circle here. So we're going to take the Happy from the Biggest Wish stamp set, my favourite, one of the favourite stamp sets from the annual catalogue. So we're going to stamp that, and we're using fresh freesia today. On my sample, I used polished pink. Today we're using fresh freesia. I'm not very pleased with how that's stamped though. That's sort of gone out of. I'm going to give it another try. Maybe not press quite so hard. I don't like how uneven that looked. That's better. You see there's all sort of ink coming out there. Don't like that very much. So I just did it again, but with a bit less pressure. I think I pressed a bit hard there. See, even the pros still have problems. Not that I'm a pro. That sounded really arrogant. Sorry, I'm not a pro. I've just been doing this quite a long time and know a few of the tricks. Right. Let's ink that up nicely. And this is going through the Happy. Could do it below if you wanted, but I love these stamps for the fact that you can do this. You can stamp the Happy and then put the birthday through it. Let's put the lid back on my memento, and then we'll grab one of our circle dies. The layering circle dies are in the catalogue. You get eight plain circles, and I think 8 scalloped, either 7 or 8 scalloped circles as well. Is that the size that I used? No, I think it's the one down. I think it's this one. Yeah, I'm sure it's that one that I used. It just fits in. The Happy Birthday just fits in. And in order to make sure that I'm going to die cut that in exactly the right place, I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape up there, and a little bit of washi tape down there. Right, I'm going to trim this off so we don't need all this cardstock. And then it hopefully will go through my mini cutter. Let's clear all this off here. Just move my grid paper for a moment. Love how easy it is to grab my mini cutter, scooch something through and then put it away. It's really quick and easy these days. Would not be without this mini cutter. I wasn't sure that I really needed it when I bought it. It's one of those things that I wasn't completely sure that it was a complete necessity. Now I've got it, I would not be without it. It would be one of my top 10 products. If I had to choose top 10 products from Stampin' Up, it would definitely be one of my top 10. Right, there we go. So, and then we are going, so now I'm going to grab my card blank. It's been resting under the books and it's beautifully flat while it's been resting under there. So we're going to put this on here like so, but we're going to mount it on some dimensionals. Actually, what I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Am I going to, yes or can I use them? Yes, I will use dimensionals if I could find them. There they are. I was wondering about using our foam sheets or foam tape, but I'm going to use dimensionals. But if you wanted to, you could use our foam sheets or our foam tape, or foam lines, I think they're called, foam strips. They're designed to do shaker cards, but you could use them on here as well if you wanted to. But I'm just using some of our normal dimensionals. We've got mini and normal. We've also got black dimensionals. If you were doing something with black cardstock, make sure that they're not going to be seen by using black ones. Bit of a revelation. And that is going there. Yeah, quite liking this. There we go. And now we are going to take my block that I have already mounted my 4 flowers on. I've got a video showing you how to do that, so if you missed it, do look back through my videos and you'll find my video, because this punches out all 4 shapes at once. If you want to stamp them all at once, you need to arrange them on your block like this. So again, Memento ink. Slightly different using Memento ink to our other inks because it's a fabric pad rather than a foam pad. There we are. And I'm going to do another one because I'm going to need 2 of this little one. Some of these and the big flowers are going to be spare for me to use on another project, but I might as well stamp them and punch them while I'm at it. There we go. Right, and I'm going to colour my 2 little flowers. I'm going to do yellow this time. I used yellow on the card that I actually gave my daughter. So I'm starting with light daffodil yellow. Such a pretty colour. I'm using the brush tip, but if you're not quite sure, you could always use the bullet tip. It won't take you long to colour these in using the bullet tip. There we are. And then I'm going to come in with, I'm going to try with the dark Daffodil Delight, and if that doesn't seem quite dark enough, I'm going to go over it with Mango Melody. See what this looks like as it dries. I think that's going to be all right, actually. Quite like that. I might do the Daffodil Delight. Actually, what colour am I going to do in the middle? I might use Pale Papaya, actually. Let's go rogue. Let's use Pale Papaya, so it'll have an orangey centre. Great. And then the leaves we're going to do with, I'm going to use the dark Granny Apple Green bullet point first of all, and do some veins on my leaves. And I am colouring these first before I punch them out. It's much easier if you colour first. They're very fiddly to colour if you've punched them out already. It's not impossible. You can do it, but it's much easier if you do the colouring first. I do love these flowers. They're so nice because they're 4 petals, so they work well on their own, but because they're 4 petals you can layer 2 together so you get a much fuller flower, and they work just as well that way as well. So they work both ways. And then of course there's 2 sizes, so you can layer a little one inside one of the bigger ones as well. So lots of great ideas there. Right, I'm not going to colour the big one because I don't know what colour I will need that to be when I do eventually get around to using it. But we've got these now, so we're going to pop this in here, line it all up, like so. We'll take a little minute because you've got 4 images to just check you are lining up correctly. And just as soon as you move one, the other one moves as well. So you just need to check that you are roughly in the right place. Oh, can't get it lined up. That'll do. Oh, nipped my finger, nipped my hand in there. Right, that was one. And then another. Again, just take your time. Line them up. There we go. Lovely. Right, so if we come back to our card blank, won't need these 2 big ones today, but we will come back with another project to use those. I'm going to put one up here, one up here. Yep, so I'm going to put them on, I'm going to put these on dimensionals actually. Like so, and like so. Just a mini dimensional this time. I think the big ones will fit if you wanted to use one of the big dimensions, or you could cut one in half if you don't want to use the whole one. They last forever, our dimensionals, I have to say. I have a pack that goes on and on and on. Right, and then we're going to bring the leaves in. We're just going to use a little bit of Tombow on the leaves. Oops, there's quite a lot of Tombow there. Don't need that much. Just whisk that off. There we go. Just got glue left over now on my cocktail stick that I can use. There we go. Up a bit. Very fiddly. There we go. So that's the 2 bigger leaves I've put at the top and the 2 little leaves at the bottom. I've done it the opposite way round on my sample card. That doesn't matter, you can do whatever floats your boat. There we go. And there we are. There's my original and there's my follow-up. So very similar cards but different colour schemes. Just make a little bit of difference, and I think they're really, really pretty. Of course, if you wanted to, you could stamp another little flower inside in the inside edge, which would make it even nicer. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Like I say, if you haven't subscribed, please do press the subscribe button. If you'd like to see more photos of this card, you can click down and see to my blog. There's a link to my blog, and you'll see all of these cards posted on there. And you can sign up for my newsletter. I try and send a newsletter out once a month, although I'm not particularly reliable about that, but I do try and let you know about all the special offers and things that are going on so that you don't miss out. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll have a lovely day, and I'll be back very, very soon with another video for you. Thanks for watching Paper Daisy Crafting. Bye.